Geno, what did you think of the crowd and this being the final time in Hartford this year? Just there's always reminders about how far your program has come. This is kind of always another one.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little event at practice the other day, and we had a lot of season ticket holders come, and we talked a little bit about you know, that 10 years ago. I guess it was 10 years ago, 2000, maybe 8 years ago, 2004. How long ago was that? That's a long time. 12? Yeah. I think that might have been the last time where it was like automatic. You know, you come to the XL Center and we play, and the game would be sold out. Same thing with Campbell. And from that point on, you know, we went like peaks and valleys and dips. You know, I would tell people on the road, you know, when they would tell me that, you know, winning solves everything. And I said, not really. I said, we had a 90-game winning streak and our attendance went down. You know, it's just hard to get people to come to games anymore. You know, there's so much stuff at home that they can watch, and it's so easy to just watch it on TV. So the fact that our fans this year, for a lot of reasons, I'm sure, this has been one of the best years we've had in the last 10 years. And fans come, they love watching the kids play, and they stay to the end, you know. It's kind of part of what's made our program what it is, you know, all these years. And, you know, nothing's changed in that regard. We got some very passionate fans.
Nice way for Keita and Gabby to finish 24-0 at the XL Center. It seemed like they had a lot of impact early in the game to kind of get it going.
Yeah, they're both in a pretty good place right now. You know, they're looking forward to not necessarily looking forward to the end of the season because it's going to end, but they're looking forward to how it's going to play out, what's going to happen, and they want to make sure, obviously, that it goes well. But between now, today, and then Monday night, you know, when it's senior night up at Campbell, I think it'd be great. You know, have a big crowd Monday night, and those two obviously have had tremendous success here, individually and as it's, you know, and with our team. So they've been pretty steady, for sure. They've been pretty good.
Geno, you got a lot of points and rebounds today from the 5 players who didn't start. Those good points and rebounds?
Well, you know, we're always trying to see, you know, where else can we make some improvements, and I think we know what we have in our starting 5. You know, we know, and I thought this was one of Z's better games. You know, she got a lot of things accomplished today, and the same thing with that second group. You know, this is one of the few times where we really played well as a unit, that second group, and it's good because, I mean, kids come to practice every day, they work really hard, and you want them to have some confidence and have some fun playing the game, and it looked like they were having some fun at the end of the game.
With Z, was it the 8 rebounds or just her presence in the lane that made you feel like this was a better game?
I mean, I think it's just the way she approached it. You know, you could tell there was a little bit of a difference. I think she was determined to be a presence, to be a factor, defensively and offensively. And you know, we obviously are a different team when she's on the floor because you just can't replicate what she had. So we're excited to see where this goes, but I was really thrilled for her.
Geno, you talked before about having a solid defensive effort for all 4 quarters. It hasn't always happened, but today you held them to, I think, 15 baskets on 63 shots or something like that. How has this team defensively improved, and where does it stand relative to where you'd like them to be?
One of the coaches was saying today, actually, that our first five is pretty good defensively. That they understand each other pretty well and they play really well together. And you know, certainly other than Crystal, they've played together now for a long, long time. And we generally play pretty good defense, you know. And I thought we did a great job Monday night against Louisville. We were really good today. Two completely different teams, obviously. But you know, our offense a lot of times gets its start from the defensive end, and it's been like that for a long time here. It's harder and harder to get kids to concentrate for that long, but I'm kind of happy with where we are. We don't play much zone, and even that looked good. So who knows?
Did you like what you saw from Batui today?
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't had a chance to play, and today she kind of felt good. She looked good. She felt good. She was moving a lot better, and you know, it's unusual to have somebody, you know, sit out a year and then miss a lot of time in practice because of an injury, because it just takes forever to get into the swing of things. So, like I said about the other guys in that second group, I want them to have a little bit of success, and I was happy that they did.
You honor every year, you honor practice players.
Yeah.
But you gave them a plaque this year. Can you run me through, was this group special that you wanted to give them something special?
No, I mean, every one of them usually gets something every year. You know, we gave Collins a jersey. He spent 4 years with us, and he's been amazing. But every year we give them something just to commemorate their time with us. You know, they get rings when we win a national championship. I mean, they get a lot done for us, and we try to treat them like they're on the team. I'll never forget when a couple of them came down to New Orleans in the Final Four, and another year a bunch of them got in a van and drove out to Indianapolis for the Final Four. So if we said we're having practice at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, there's a better chance that more practice players will show up than guys on my team. That's how dedicated that group is. They're really, really a special group. And what's even better about them is when they know they're leaving after 4 years, they get their replacement. It's like almost like they're in charge of finding their own replacement. And they know they better not bring any knuckleheads on board. And generally speaking, man, we get great kids. Great kids. And you can't recreate what they do. You know, it's just special. That's why you ask our players, how, you know, you guys win all the time. You know, how do you stay motivated? How do you get? And they'll tell you, we lose every day. There isn't a day in practice that we don't lose. I don't mean like lose a drill, I mean lose for the day. And it's all because of the way our guys treat it. They're serious about it, and they're there. They know they're there to help the kids.
How many do you usually have in a given year?
It varies. You know, you might have, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13, but because of class schedules and some of them are working, you know, whatever they're doing, you know, we just try to make sure we've got, you know, enough every day of practice. Some days it's, you know, 3, 4, some days it's 7, but there's always enough for us to get a lot done.
The last time you went down to New Orleans, I remember you saying after the game that if it was fair, that Tulane should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have.
What do you remember about that game, and was it anything going to carry over, you think, when you head down there again?
I don't think so. I mean, players today, they don't remember much about anything. I remember it was a madhouse when we were down here because it was the All-Star game. And, you know, everything was different about our routine, everything. I mean, for as many times as we've been down here to do it a certain way, it's just everything got screwed up last year. And, you know, and Kia didn't play. And so it just became one thing after another. I feel pretty good about going down there.
What about Colby Morgan? She's, I think, one of the better players you have
She
to
is,
play.
man. She's really hard to guard. And she doesn't have a lot of help this year, so they've really struggled scoring points. But, you know, we played them pretty well when they came up here. And it's, you know, they're well coached, you know. Lisa does a good job with them. And anytime you got a kid that can get 20, 25, it's just, obviously it's something that you got to prepare for, but I feel pretty good about it.